Next card is Hangman. Hangman is a guy who hangs by his own convictions, and he hangs on the T, and the T is truth and also time. So he sticks by his truth, like his own convictions, and then he realizes that in time, people are gonna finally just let him be, enable him, not care as much, or just maybe accept him, just those new ideas or his own personality. But he hangs by his convictions because, like, if he doesn't express himself, he feels like he's dying. And so now his soul can be free and hang freely and go with the flow. And if you'll see his body is shaped with his legs crossed, and then his body, hands are behind his back like a triangle. So the triangle with a cross on top is the alchemical symbol for sulfur, which connects to soul. And so he lets his soul hangs by his soul because he doesn't conform to others. He's very unique. He's different from the crowd, and he cannot live like them or do whatever they're doing because he feels like he's not being true to his authentic self. And then he just knows that in time it'll get better. And through time, he'll like overcome challenges and endure like obstacles and frustrations that he's faced with all because of this. And then the Hebrew letter connected to it is mem, which it means water. And water can be like that baptism, the time it takes to become well-rounded, overcoming all the challenges and all the headaches that it takes to finally be your authentic self and others to accept it. Or for you to break from the norm and do something that you really believe in. And it's just hard to kind of do it on your own or feel like you are. It can also be has a mem has a numerical value of 40. So think about the timing aspect, where it could take someone to step out to be their own, but it takes about a month to 40 days for everything to kind of work its way out and for them to finally accept the guy for being different or just to let go and not care. And then if you count like his aura halo around his head, it just shows like his head is like vibrating at a very high intensity, where he feels like he's really has good ideas that can't be oppressed. And he thinks it's a really good idea for him to step outside the norm. And they're hanging him because he's kind of like a betrayal. He's going against, like, if he's with people that all eat meat, but he steps outside and he says, I'm vegan. And then they kind of like disown him a little bit. They feel betrayed. Like, I thought I knew you. But that's the only way he can let his soul go with that mem water and go back into the flow. And it's gray in the background. So he's learning kind of like a life lesson. And he's going through some karmic life lessons right now, too. You think about like the mem with water. If you are in a certain situation and you think it sucks, just know that in time it always gets better if you just stick with it. Because sometimes the only way around something is just through it. So you think about waterfall crashing down on jagged rocks below it, and the jagged rocks, they don't like it. It hurts. This water falling down on their backs. And they might even look in the distance and see like a round, soft rock in the sun. And it has nice like grass or uh like mold or whatever it's called, like the grassy stuff on top of a rock. But it might say, why am I not like that? It's sitting inside the sun. It's so nice and comfortable. Why do I have to have it so bad? But then after time, the waterfall starts to crash down on that rock, but it smooths the jagged rocks. And so the jagged rocks almost feel like they're receiving a massage. And so it's like, you know what? After time, this actually has become a really good situation. And I'm stronger now, and it's kind of molded me into like my new character. And I can handle the small stuff, and it gives me strength and self-confidence. And I feel more happy in my own skin. And I got this new self-worth and new self-identity that really I'm happy with. And it makes me confident. And I wouldn't change my situation for the world. And in time, it takes about a month for that to happen. Even like trying to get out of a bad habit, you have to go like to rehab for about 40 days for you to actually get out of one bad habit and start a new one. Hangman hangs by his convictions. One more thing about the hangman too. I know I've been talking a lot, but the old card, the Père de Marseille cards that these are based on, they had this as Judas Iscariot was hanging from the tree, and he's holding 2 bags of silver gold pieces, which were 30 gold pieces, which he got paid by the Romans after he turned in Jesus Christ to get crucified. And then he was punished and was hanged because he turned in Jesus. And then one story even goes that he hung himself because he turned in Jesus. So it's kind of like still that betrayal of turning somebody in or crossing someone or doing someone wrong. But this is like more of a light card where it's more just betrayal, but just sticking to what you believe is right and not conforming to other people. So in a sense, it's still kind of betrayal. But the act of betrayal does come up inside tarot readings, especially like relationships, to see if someone's betraying you, or in business, to see if someone's betraying you. This could be that for sure.